Hey guys, I'm back again. Well, up to this stage, so I've done the hair, and what I did is I sort of started doing that little running-y stitch in there because her hair actually becomes part of the artwork. So this is the part that we're up to. I'm really happy with how that has turned out. I'll show you a little bit closer. So what we're going to do today, is I'll show you how to do some of the stars, and then I'll make a start on the running stitch. So I could probably zoom in a tad. So there we go. There. I don't want to go too high up. That's it. Okay. Now, here's all the colours and bits and pieces I've got here. So what I want to do, I've got the yellow and the orange for the stars, and then I picked out, where is it? Got this one. Now here's this. What I'm going to do, I'm sort of going by, I've got my artwork hanging up here, so I've done a bit of a guideline for people if you want to do that, but then I might use this darker thread all around the outside going around, but on the inside I might do one that's just a little bit lighter. Still got to work on here as well, so probably going to use some of this greeny yellowy colour on there, and that I can probably do off camera. But what we are going to do is, okay, I might grab some of this orange, grab some orange. Yep. I'm really loving doing this. I can't film it all, so I'm just sort of doing it in different stages. That, and then looks like I've already got some on here by the looks of it. Piece. Oh, I might as well use that one. Okay, where are we? Here we go. Get them ready to rock and roll. This has been a really nice piece that I've just enjoyed doing. In the background, originally had, these are the marks that I had on the nose, which I'd done in the pencil, and I'd stitched it in this colour, but then I took it out because it just didn't look right. But you've still got the marking of where the pen is, so quite happy with how that is. Now that's that, and here is this. Okay, so what I want to do is maybe in the centre, a little bit of, okay, one thing, I might do a French knot in the middle, or a what do you call it, colonial knot, and then maybe just go around the black. So I've got a French knot in the middle and then go around the black, so because I don't particularly want to see the black, if you know what I mean. Okay. Go around that with like a straight stitch. Yeah. And on the inside of this one, so I'll go just across. And I'll cover this. You can either do a straight stitch, which is what I'm doing here, or you can do a stem stitch, which is what I used on these ones around there. It makes it a bit thicker, but also I'll just do like a backing, they call a backing stitch. Oh, I do want to cover these. I don't want to see the black. I mean, I'm doing probably a little too small. We'll be here forever if we made them that small, so we'll get a little bigger. Now, as this is a bit of a bigger star, I might do the orange on the outside of the next piece as well. And then I'm going to get the yellow and I'm just going to do like a running stitch on the inside. We want it to blend in with the running stitch that we're going to do all the way in. Okay, so you sort of repeat this process for all the other stars. Okay. Now, I'm not sure whether I'm going to do it around there because most of them aren't quite that big, but this is a big one, so I may do the orange on here. In the backing stitch as well. And then I'll come in with the yellow. And on the outside I would like to use a blue, which is going to blend in with the blue of the night sky. Okay, I'll show you in a minute. Okay, got the heater on in the background, still quite cool here. Still in winter, of course. I find sometimes, well, here in Ballarat in Australia anyway, but Ballarat is actually colder than a lot of parts of Australia. We can get snow, whereas a lot of other parts in Australia don't. Not very much snow, mind you, but we do get it every now and again. I find in spring it can often be very windy and almost as cold as some winter because of the wind. It's beginning of spring anyway. Okay, now very bright, but I like it. We're going to be having a lot of blue, so in contrast to this, the blue this won't stand out as much once we've got a lot of the stitching. Quite a bit of stitching left to do in this, so okay. Trust me to do the one that is the biggest one. Oh. And then over there. There we go. Now what I want to do, just finish that off. And then come in with the yellow. Keep that for the next one. Come in with the yellow in and around. So I'll start about here, and we're just going to do just a running stitch. And just go around and around. Almost need to do it to begin with, one at a time. I'm moving it around all over the place, I know, but that's how it goes. Now, then we started the next one. Up, that's a bit easier now. Down. Get the drift of what I'm wanting to do. And just keep going. Probably got. She might go underneath. I wonder if we can have another row. I reckon we can. Have it close to the orange because it's bigger in some places than it is in others. We really do want to get that Van Gogh-y look, if you know what I mean. I'll just do this and then I'll be back. I'll bring it up a little closer to show you. Here, and I reckon we could probably get 2 rows along here. Now, bring it up close. Can you see what I'm trying to do? Hopefully that's not going to be too blurry. And then I'll do 2 rows around there. I'll go round and around. When I'm not on camera, it'll be done a little faster. So this is how all the stars will get done. And then normally that outside one would be this colour would be the blue, but in this one it's actually the yellow. Oh, the orange. Okay, do a couple more, then we come up here, and as you can see it's going to be a bit of a tight fit here, but when it gets down to the other side it's a bit bigger. That's because the circles aren't you know, they're not perfect, they're a little bit of a different shape. Okay, now we've got enough to finish off this, and then I'll get out the blue. I'm just wondering if I use the same blue as there's the hair. Okay, someone's doing rev outs out there. So I will come up here, I might get one more bit of yellow around the outside of that. Then do I do a lighter blue or do I do a darker blue? I don't know, because this is the blue I'm going to have on the inside. I might do a darker blue. I might do this blue because it does go rather nice with those. So got another one. Yep. Tiny little hole. There we go. Move it out of the way. Now, just take it off there. Now, in the picture is the painting that I did, and I don't know whether I sort of goes like that, and I don't know whether I want to make it go in a little bit like that, which I may. I might just do a bit of a running stitch. And then come back in and around. Ooh. Catching some of the other pieces. I could probably do because you're doing it this way, and then get another colour blue and fill in the other gaps, if you know what I mean. Maybe a lighter blue, I'm thinking. And come down like that. where is it? There it is there. And in the gaps where it is not filled, see these gaps, we'll do another stitch like that. There we go. And I'll also have the yellow going next to that as well. So there we go. Then that's why I've kept the yellow in there. Okay. Sort of gives it that bit of a scattered look. And then go down like that. Oop, stuff everywhere underneath. Then what I'm going to do is finish this off. I'm just showing you fully on one, so you know what to do on the others. Then get this lighter blue, which is a pretty good match. Oh, there's just reds everywhere. And this is going to go, look, I might as well do that while I've got the thread. And I'm just going to do a normal running stitch on the inside of that to blend all of that in. So it's just a lot of running stitches, which are quite easy and quite effective in this process. Hopefully I've got enough to finish it. I really am not wanting to get more. Okay, do that, and then last one going through. There we go. Finish off. Okay. Now, what we're going to do, see, that's got that last little, oh, it's looking really cool, and I love that little dot there. So I'm going to get some of the lighter blue. I'll get a fair bit because we'll probably use it. More of this on the other ones. And see the bits that we didn't fill in last time on the other, on the darker blue. Actually, I'll start here. Yep. Now, you can just do a running stitch on that too, but you have to sort of catch it. and that will help because it's pretty much a similar colour to the background, which is what I want, and it will help blend in that black so you don't see it. So it looks like the darker blue is on its own, if you know what I mean. I'll show you when I've finished this part. There we go, I like it. Yeah. Pretty quiet when I get busy concentrating. So we can do this effect on all of them as well. I mean, remember in the PDF I'm also going to include a finished photograph of this finished, so that you can use it like a stitching guide as well, so you know what to do. Okay. There's going to be quite a bit of background stitching going on. Okay. There we go. So, yeah, we'll finish that off, and then I'll show you what I'm going to do with the creating the sort of the starry sky thing. And getting a variegated thread is probably the way to go for the background. Now, I think I'll use that one, and I'll bring this up close so you can have a look at what I mean. Seeing how that you put in that along there, and it's sort of very similar to the background, so it gives it that, so it looks like it's more scattered, if you know what I mean. So on this one you would go orange, like a colonial, one colonial knot in the middle, go around that in the orange, go around that in the orange, go around that with the running stitch in the blue, and then the light blue, and around the rest of it in that yellow. So we'll have all these really pretty patterns now, which that's why I sort of wanted to create more of that effect. A bit easier when you're doing stitching. Now this is the darker one. This is a variegated. This actually is Steph Francis, and it's going by colour. It's actually cotton, thick merch cotton. So I'll be doing that with this, like following along, doing a running stitch all the way around, you know, and like, you know, back to there and then back it down, blah, 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 going all the way around like here, following it around. But in the middle, I still want to have, you know, darkish, because I want some of the darker bits, but I'm going to use this, and this is a variegated thread as well, which I think might be a Wonderfill, just one of the ones that I got in a I think might be a Christmas one, I don't know, but you can get, they're sort of like this. Well, that's where that is. They come like that. You can get them. I got mine from my local quilting shop, so I'll have a fair bit, but I mean, I'm going to be reloading and doing it again anyway. So what I'm going to do, now I'll just use this as a guide, so I'll probably start here and then we're just going to go all the way around like that, blah blah blah, and then as it gets closer, so or if I wanted to, I could continue going around, which would give it that look. I don't know. It would continue making that stand out a little more. Or if I do it like this way, it will make it a little bit different, so that's more like the sky. So I think I'll stick to the guide of what I gave myself. So I've got the lighter one, which I think is probably going to be a good colour next to her face. So all we're doing here is a heap of running stitch, and so this is done fairly quickly. And following along, so there's quite a bit of running stitch, but I like it because it's nice. It is nice and quick, and it's actually quite relaxing. You get into a bit of a rhythm of creating it. Actually, don't pull out too tight because it can gather up and you don't want to have that. Okay. Now I don't want to go too close to here because I'm going to have this on there like that. So I'll do a backing stitch on there like that, and then I might do something on here as well, maybe just fill in those bits. So probably there. I'll just pretend that's line at the moment has got stitching on it. It will take a little while before it starts to form some sort of pattern, if you know what I mean, but it will. Hold on. Start on the inside and then work my way on the outside. Ooh. And as you can see, it's all light now, but it's going to get dark, and so we'll have a variation of colour, a bit like here. I like that. And it's basically the same technique that I used along here. I started and then worked my way around, and okay. No rhyme and reason to be, like some are smaller and bigger, but that's good because I like that. I like that they're different. Doesn't need to be exact. Okay. Then we're going to actually always do a bit of that because it does. Running stitch is like a gathering stitch, so you've really got to make sure that you don't gather it up too much. I know it's not much fun. Oh, look at this blood. You're watching me doing a running stitch, so I could probably give it a pause and show you once it's I've done a little bit more. So I'll pause it and I'll come back once it's a little bit more done. You can't really see it. Probably can now that I've got it a bit closer, but I'll come back. Okay, back again. You can see where it is looking. So what I did is I just sort of got that second one, I went there, and when you went there and I went round and round and then did a French knot, and I'm coming in here and I've loaded up my, it's a fair bit actually, probably a bit too much, to sort of match up the end bit, and then that will continue on, and we're going around and around and around in that lighter colour, and on the outside it's going to be the darker. So and then this is all these will be done in that. The moon, similar thing. I'm probably just going to go around it in the orange, and I might even do a couple of, you know, like sort of a couple of bits and pieces of running stitch in the orange, maybe. Might even get something like that, just to, and then yellow, and then the blue around there, maybe even blue around that again. So yeah, okay guys, well I will show you the finished piece. I think you'll see that in the finished bit will be in the thumbnail of this lost for words, in this video, so you'll see the whole lot finished. So, you know, just gonna go along there in that colour, sort of match up the colours. If you want to do like a running stitch, you probably don't need to do a great deal on there because the fabric is already doing that. You know, just more, you know, to make it look more like that. So I may go do a running stitch in sort of like the bluey colour, and then a running stitch in that yellowy colour. Could probably, I don't know if I'm going to do anything on there because I really like the way the colour is on there, and then do the same here. Okay guys, well, hope you liked it. I am going to be turning off the camera and finishing it up, and you'll see it a little bit later. I absolutely love it, and I'm thoroughly enjoying creating this piece. It's just something a little bit different, and I really love how that looks. So it'd be nice once they're all done. Okay guys, thanks for watching. Bye.